Got it.
Yeah, it's taking few seconds. Yes. Okay, now got it. No.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, it's all okay.
It's okay. Good.
Hello, sir. Hello, Shubha ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning.
Sachin. Good morning.
Good evening, Sachin.
Good morning, sir. There.
Yeah.
इतनी सुबह सुबह आपको उठा दिया.
उठना पड़ता है भाई, काम करो तो सब करना पड़ता है.
Why are we having the echo? All right.
I don't see any echo. I don't hear any echo. Because I don't have
sound. Only with an individual normally.
I have no phone on.
I can hear it. So something is. So I can hear it. So maybe.
You stop your other browser window. I think you have clicked the streaming option.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are joining it.
Okay, I see Aditya. Hello, Aditya. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What batch you are from, Aditya?
Oh, it's my name is Vijay. I'm from 93 batch. It's my
93. Okay. Yeah.
I might have used my son's
I'll rename that 93 batch Vijay.
Vijay Chaudhary.
Vijay Chaudhary.
Okay.
DHARI or RY?
CHAUDHARY.
There are a couple of Chaudharys with I also. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
And your branch, sir?
Electronics.
ECE. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how we, when we meet people, we change their name so we know whether we have to say sir or hi.
Hi. That's good.
That's a chronology we use here. I am, by the way, 81 batch. So
Nice to meet you.
And
You mentioned you're 60. Harvinder, you mentioned you're 69 or?
No, sir, I'm 81, 86.
81, 86.
Electronics.
Yeah.
I have to use my identity of the admin. So when I log in.
Because somebody sent me an email.
Yeah,
From
KK or
batch.
somebody.
From 69 batch. He knew my brother. His name was Harvinder. Harvinder Singh.
Yeah. Hi, Adi. Good to
Adi.
see you.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, Adi.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I think I'm the newest member. Hi.
Hi, Aditya.
Dude, I know you. Come on.
Yeah. You're from the same batch.
Exactly.
So,
I'm sorry. I don't know the protocol of this meeting.
Your batch is 2010, right?
Right, sir. We
And
graduated.
your branches?
My branch is civil engineering, sir.
So I make it 2010C.
Yes.
And then your name comes in. First name is, I'm forgetting, Sandeep.
My first
Yes,
name. My first name is Adi, sir. AADI.
Yeah. Okay, done. Here you go.
okay. Yeah, so
Adi I think Adi has moved out from Europe, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, sir. Bullseye, actually.
He was incidentally the person who was working on the project of funding for the alumni, from the alumni side for the mess workers. There was a lot of funds which were raised. And he is the person who initiated that activity. Am I right, Adi?
Yeah, you can say so, sir. But Pankaj Chandna, sir, was also he was the pillar in the entire process.
Yeah, chingari aapne lagayi thi na?
हाँ सर, मुझे एक्चुअली एक मेस वर्कर, तो आई वांट टू शेयर दिस स्टोरी, लाइक
Yeah, sure.
कितना कितना कनेक्शन होता है एक यूनिवर्सिटी का आपके साथ, कि मुझे एक मेस वर्कर का सर फेसबुक पे मैसेज आया दैट ही इज गोइंग थ्रू सम फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम, तो कैन यू सेंड मी सम मनी। एंड आई वाज रियली शॉक्ड कि क्या हुआ सडनली यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर, लाइक एवरीथिंग वाज गोइंग फाइन, ही वाज वर्किंग इन द मेस, व्हाट हैपेंड सडनली। So I reached out to Pankaj Chandna sir and Mahesh Pal sir actually. I first called him. He used to be our professor, survey professor in college. So I asked him that what's going on. He was like, there are no classes going on, so kids are not in the hostel. Mess workers aren't they're not getting paid, because it used to be something like a private system within a public university. So I helped that guy personally, and then I thought that there must be a lot of such mess workers, right, whom I don't know personally, but must be going through such a problem. So we spoke to Pankaj Chandna sir, and he said that he already has something like this in his notice, that mess workers have raised this, that so he's decided that it's better we somehow fund their kids' education. Like all the mess workers, they had their kids studying in schools and junior colleges. So there, we wanted to collect some fund for their education to continue. Like they should not have a break, right? Education actually is the most important asset, sir. That's what I believe in. It's the best investment that you can make in, because the return is lifelong once you have invested in education. So that's what we did, sir. And luckily, a lot of people came and they joined that group, and they all, like, it was not a one person initiative or anything, sir. It actually we could make it a success because of the connection that we still have with those people who helped us, who shaped us to what we are today. We're sitting in Canada, making good money, have this life. We owe back to them, sir. We owe back to our alma mater. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
Yeah.
That's
That's right, and that's great that you did that, because this is the COVID time. That was, I mean, people were going through real hardships, so that's definitely. Yeah. So this meeting, we are. Maybe we should start.
Yeah.
What is, yeah. So this meeting, the reason we call this meeting is, and just to give you some background. And before I say, can you hear me properly?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So just to give you some background, we wanted to start having a strong network of alumni in US and of course Canada. And we thought about that. How do we start? What type of initiatives alumni will be interested in? So that's the reason we asked initially that, okay, what time slots is convenient for you to have a meeting? The feedback we received was 4 slots we had given option, and it was like distributed across those 4 slots. So we decided to have 4 meetings at each of the slots, so people can participate in the meeting and give their feedback. So this is the second meeting. We had the first meeting 2 weeks back on Saturday morning, and now this is Saturday evening. The second meeting is Saturday evening. Next 2 meetings will have Sunday morning and Sunday evening. And what we, in these initial meetings, what we want to do is, first, of course, all of us who are present, we can give our introduction, a brief introduction. What is our background? What back of the back we can see, but where are we? What are the location? What do we do in brief? And after that, we want to keep it open to discuss ideas about what type of initiatives we can start.
Sometimes we are losing your voice. You're losing your voice to somebody.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Now,
have an issue with your headphone.
yeah, I think so. 1 minute.
We keep losing you that you are far away.
Yeah, it actually it doesn't break completely. It goes down and up and go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Now it's okay.
now it's
Much-
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
better. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what I was saying, that today's session will have first the introduction. Each of us will introduce, and after we want to have a brainstorming about what type of initiatives we can start, we should start. And these initiatives can be in different categories. Like one is what for alumni, one type of initiatives we can have for alumni. Second, for the existing student, the current students in NITK. And third is in general for community. And this is, like I said, this is a brainstorming session. At the end of this, also I will send a Google Doc where you can write down the ideas you have, and then we can screen all them, decide which one we want to take first, which one we're to prioritize, and all those things. So to start with the introduction, I'll just go ahead because I'm just already talking. So my name is Shubha Rani Ukhade. I'm 81 batch electrical. I have been here in US since 1995. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm located in Phoenix, Arizona, though I do travel a lot, especially last few months and years. And my occupation, I'm an investment banker. So that's my background. Ashokji, if you go next.
Okay. This is me, right? So
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. I missed your, what batch you are from? Sorry, I missed that.
81 batch.
81.
Yeah, so 81 to 86, electrical.
Well, I'm glad you started this, okay? Because we are part of REC 66, we're all old people there.
Yeah, so actually I should give the credit goes to Harinder and his other two. They're called Trimurti. Three of them, they have been very active, and I have started supporting the US initiatives. Yes, so thank you, sir.
So I'm also glad to see that you are going to investment banking. I don't know too many people who are in investment banking, other than my son. So,
Okay.
I graduated in 71 from Kurukshetra, did my master's degree in mechanical engineering. And after my master's, I worked few years those days. I worked, I did my master's in Canada. And then called University of Waterloo. Quite a few people who went there from. Then I came to US. Like I was saying, my first job was with GE Electric, General Electric, Cincinnati. And since 79, I've been staying with the gas turbine engine business. Bless me, I'm not been unemployed even for one day till now. Been always working. Right now, based on my engine background, I joined the US Army. They called me for one time for their issue. Then now I'm in Air Force. I work at the Dayton Air Force Base called WPAF. It's in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
About 45 minutes from my house, about an hour. Still working there. I may retire sometime soon. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I like what I do.
Yeah. I have been to the Dayton, Ohio museum.
Right.
Aerospace Museum. Yeah, it's nice. Very wonderful museum. Yep.
It's the same building we work inside.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So, next time when you go there, you need to knock on his door.
Yes, I will do that.
I will invite all of you to come down there and knock on my door. Yes. That's fine.
Yes, definitely.
Welcome all of you there. Sure.
So where in India are you from, sir?
Delhi, New Delhi. I grew up in New Delhi, and my wife is also from there. I have two kids. Like I said, one of them is an investment banker, and one of them is a doctor.
Okay.
And, I like this town.
You got the ideal set, sir.
I like this. I like this town, Cincinnati.
That's the moment.
Yeah.
It's a long story short. Cincinnati used to make a company called Cincinnati Milacron. They make machine tools in old days, and all our machine tools in Kurukshetra were from Cincinnati Milacron. We used to have mechanical engineering workshop, grinding machine, a lathe machine, other stuff. I don't know if you remember it. We did all the work. And then I knew Cincinnati Milacron. So I said, let me apply a job in Cincinnati Milacron. Well, I didn't get Cincinnati Milacron. I got with General Electric.
Nice.
So that's how cut story short, I'm here. And if I'm ready for any questions from anybody.
Yeah. What about the family, sir?
My family is, I lost my brother. I was talking about younger brother. He was 69 batch.
True.
I lost him. My family is still in India. We still have a home in India. And then my friends are there in India. A lot of Rec 66 guys are in New Delhi and around greater Noida area. I was there about 3 years ago. Well, I had a good time in India. Very good time.
You were there for the reunion, right? 17.
No, I missed the reunion. I missed the reunion. I missed the reunion. That time I was somewhere else, but I missed the reunion. But I think, but we did have a reunion, put it this way.
Yeah, they do that with Mr. Bansal.
If you're familiar from Delhi, then there's an area called Defense Colony. They have a club there, so we had a reunion there.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing. Reunion was a great thing. Without reunion, I have no idea where everyone was. No idea. So administrator from reunion, they put something together, and it was the best thing ever happened because I had no idea. At one stage, I was feeling very lonely. About 6 years ago, I was. Why I'm in this country? What for? I always ask that question to myself many times. Why? And I still don't know the answer to that question, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's not lonely anymore because we have a lot of friends there back in from Kurukshetra.
Yes, so that was one of the thought process when I started thinking about this, because all of us who have come here, we have gone through that phase sometime or else. Sometime in our life, we have gone through that phase when you're lonely, you don't have others. And I thought that why not there are so many people from REC here. The only thing is we are not connected with each other. Some people are connected with their classmates, but not as a group, large group, we are not connected. Whereas there are so many of us up here. So that's the reason I thought that it will be a good idea. And now with the technology that's available easily, there's no reason why we should not do that.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
So you see my surprise in 2009, I met people after 71.
Yes.
Okay, they all look different to me. Some I remember, some I don't even remember. But finally, we are still together. And we talk about the old things, and believe me, the old things still matter a lot.
Yes.
You mentioned a cafeteria. Yes, we had a cafeteria. We started this mess. And we used to take a ghee from home. And there was a khoka in the backside. Thoda sa tunnel ke baad, and that khoka people used to go take samosas there. So those hostels were built in front of us. You know, so I still have to go to Kurukshetra this time, and when I go next time. My friends have been there many times. I don't know if you know about people called Brigadier KK Brigadier.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Brigadier KK, incidentally, is a similar story like you.
Yeah.
He came out of hibernation somewhere
Right.
when your first reunion happened, and today he's leading that entire 66 brigade.
Right.
As a brigadier.
As a brigadier, he's right. He's
so
that.
he's the one who's the pillar behind our mehfil that
Right.
we've been doing for the last 2 years.
Right. And he is the pillar because he did tell me to join you guys too.
Yes, yeah.
He said, you guys are getting lonely. I said, okay, I'll join them.
Yeah.
No, he
nice,
did.
nice.
No, we have a lot of good people in our there. And I'm here to help, basically, this time.
Sure.
I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. My field is not investment banking, but I'm here to build up a relationship with all of you. Anybody, anybody has a questions, I'm there to help.
Yeah, definitely. We will, as we progress on these initiatives, we will need your guidance, sir.
I'm there to help, like I said. If anybody wants to get a job in Honeywell Aerospace, I'm there to help.
Yes.
That's good. We'll remember that, sir. We move on to, I think.
No, I remember
Next.
that because sooner the better, because the friends are there
Yes.
those days, they can help.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. So Harinder, you want to go on?
Yeah, we
Next.
go ahead to Sisodia ji, 75
Yes.
batch.
Oh, yes, yes.
Another regular host of our mahfils, currently in the US, blessed with a daughter for his daughter, right, sir?
Twins, actually,
But,
son and a
twins,
daughter.
yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you, Harinder, and good afternoon and good evening to all of you. Very nice to connect. And I'm here for a few months. My daughter was blessed with twins, one son and a daughter. It's almost about they'll be 3 months on 15th May. So that's how I'm here. So when Harinderji mentioned about it, I thought it is very nice. So before I say some, and basically I am based in Ahmedabad in India. So anything to do with India, all of you are welcome, professionally and personally, both ways. And I am basically a civil engineer, 75 batch. And now I specialize in flexible pavements. And incidentally, I am into a project where in India, this accelerated evaluation of the flexible payments is going to be a very important subject in next about 5-7 years. And I am into specialization for the equipments which will provide this accelerated evaluation, including the artificial intelligence. And the market in India is about $1,000 million. So this is something, if someone is interested, please let me know. I think and by the way, in flexible payments all over the world, US is the one which is leading. So you have all the expertise. So in case someone is into this, they can connect with me. So that was a professional part. And on personal part, I would just request Chandok Saab. He was talking about, a very senior person. So sir, of course, Harinder will otherwise say, we invite you to join our mahfil, and as per your time, it is very convenient. It is 10:30 in the morning every Saturday, and we spend about 4 hours. And you have right from 65 batch to maybe 2017-18, all youngsters also join. Right. So I promise you one thing, that while sometimes we do talk profession, but there is nothing which is linked in this world. I think all of you were talking about why you are in US. In this mechanical or, what I should say, a very typical world, every time it is ending up with give and take in the professional life. And that's how the stresses are increasing. But I promise you, in mahfil, we don't have any give and take. We only give to each other. And everybody is enjoying, whether it is a senior or a junior. So I request you that please join maybe next Saturday. Today morning we had that. So, and you can convey to your senior colleagues here in US, and you will be able to get across to all the senior people you were talking about. So that should be quite interesting.
Which mahfil is this one? Which mahfil is this?
We have termed it as mahfil. Basically, people who are interested in singing or even not interested in singing, they start singing. So, in all, there are about 30-35 people online, offline. It goes like this. But almost about 18 to 20 are there who will be there right from 8 o'clock in India time, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And nowadays the interest has become so much that we are running a night show also. After this 12, then there is a late show goes on, maybe 2 to 33, whosoever are interested. So that's how it is. And people are really, really connecting very well. So मेरी आपसे गुजारिश होगी कि आप इसको maybe for some time if you join, you will not regret it. That much I can promise.
I'm okay. I didn't know 10:30 is a good time. Is it the same one as the
Yeah.
Rec 66?
Yeah. So when I came here in US, I'm in California. I'm in San Jose. So
Right.
some message Malla gave me a message कि sir आपका time तो 5:30 हो जाएगा बहुत. मैं कहा nothing doing. So every day, every Saturday, I'm joining 5:30. So that's the kind of interest which, and I think Harinder is here. He is the backbone, or every bone, I can say, who has done this. And we have two more colleagues, Roger and Malla. These three are the people, we call them Trimurti in Hindi, who have really put this platform together. And it's a great way to connect with people. So Chandok Saab, aap
10:30 morning I can join Saturday.
Yeah, so Saturday को आइए, और I promise you ये आप सब प्रोफेशन वगैरह कौन सा आप भी एक्सपर्ट रहे हैं, सब भूल जाएंगे, गाना गाने लगेंगे आप भी.
The profession, though, we have become so old in that profession that we don't.
वो तो सारा हमको आता ही है ना. We have to learn something more than that. Whole life we have done that.
Thank you very much for the invitation, and I'll send me the invite, please.
हाँ, हरिंदर जी जरूर. हरिंदर जी ठीक ही बोला ना मैंने कि भाई ठीक है,
बहुत ठीक जोड़ने में आप माहिर हो.
और बाकी के आपके जो सीनियर कलीग्स हैं सबको, आई मीन our very respected invite to all of them. And you will really connect with India. I so feel so good that all so many years you have been in US, but still you have not lost touch with those samosas and other things in Khokas. So that's very touching.
Thank you.
एक चीज और मेरी मतलब, and Shubha has done, I must say Shubha has done a great job. Only thing is, Shubha, we need to do something interesting so that this number 7 becomes at least 27.
Yes.
And 7 भी क्या है उसमें, देखो भाई मैं और अपना सलमान जी तो वैसे क्या बोलते हैं गेस्ट है, तो 5 ही हुए.
Yes, yeah.
So we need to
increase. The first meeting we had almost about 20, but आज के meeting में, yes, it's gone down. The number has gone down.
तो उसको थोड़ा अपने को.
Yes. Yeah.
So we move on to Vijay now, next in sequence.
Yeah, today I got this comment from somebody who lives in Canada. He thought this was only USA.
No, sir, it was planned for USA. Then
Right.
somebody from Canada said, यार हमको क्यों अलग कर दिया? तो फिर हमने उनको, क्योंकि Canada incidentally is very hyperactive in terms of networking, and they've been meeting regularly. उनका जो WhatsApp group मैं देखता हूँ उसमें बहुत चलता है, but US में इतना नहीं चलता है. इसीलिए हमने बोला पहले US को थोड़ा हिलाएं, फिर बाद में दोनों को जोड़ देंगे. पहले both were together, but then Canada, more people joined, so we had to actually break up into US and Canada.
नहीं उसका नाम बदल दो, USA/Canada कर दो.
नहीं कर देते, अगली में कर देते.
एरो डालना बीच में और करना क्या यार.
हाँ नहीं ठीक है.
USA/Canada, because there's a person called Suresh Jikyani.
Yeah, he's also from your batch.
Yeah, so he mentioned that.
नहीं ठीक है.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
चलो करते हैं. We'll take that, sir. Vijay Chaudhary, can you come in, please?
Yeah. So this is Vijay. I came to US in 2010, and I'm in New Jersey since I came here, and my profession is I'm in IT as usual, like in the electronics. So I started my career in a product company. Then I been to like different places in India also, like Chennai, Mumbai, and then in I been to UK, Australia, and finally settled here. So I'm like till last year I was in the financial industry. I was working with Citibank. So now I moved to consulting part, and I'm working with doing consulting by my own. I mean with some financial it's like insurance industry. So I have 2 kids, like one is daughter, one is son. So daughter she is in 11th grade, and my son, he's in 4th grade. So getting ready for college.
Yes, yeah, that's nice. So you have been in New Jersey from the beginning?
Yeah. So I came here only. I've been here since beginning actually.
Okay. Where in New Jersey?
Princeton Junction.
Oh, Princeton. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice idea. Yep. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And how many people do you know in New Jersey?
I know 7, 8 folks I know from my batch. But
From other-
seniors, juniors, I'm not aware of. Like this is the first chance I got. I was really happy to hear this, that we have like lot of, because I know like we have like from different batches, lot of folks are there, but I don't know how to connect. So this is what moment I find out, I thought like, let me join.
One more question. Are you part of the WhatsApp group of US?
No, I am
No.
part of one group. Yes, so from there only I got this invite.
Okay, yeah, because as you said, your batch there are 10 people. So from on an average, every batch, like I'll give you an example, there are average of 20 to 25 people in our days when we had 250 alumni available. तो 25 लोग यूएस पहुंच गए हैं अभी न्यू जर्सी में हमारे बैच के 3-4 लोग हैं आई थिंक शुभा कैन करेक्ट दैट
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
so there are people, and the purpose of this series of meeting is pata lage kaun kahan hai, so that you can gang up and meet up regularly in the local areas.
That will be very good actually.
Yeah.
So if we can have like quarterly meetings, get-togethers, location-wise, I think that will be great. जैसे some of the cities are like यहाँ पे Atlanta में I have been visiting Atlanta. So Atlanta में they had one get-together few months back. Similarly, if I think we can have in some of the cities जहाँ पे काफी records और RECNITKA के alumni है. So I'm sure New Jersey में काफी है. So I think that will be a good forum to meet somewhere. And now I think summer is a good time to meet.
Yeah.
So in fact, so that is one of the thought process we had, that the get-together, the local get-togethers, the local regional get-togethers, if we start with that, to connect with each other.
That will be great, yeah. New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, this area, like that's what I'm also assuming, there will be definitely lot of records.
Yes. And वहाँ पे within driving distance काफी है, मतलब people can drive down to
up to 100 miles we can drive easily. That's
So in fact, let's talk offline also to discuss कि कैसे कब कर सकते हैं. I'll call you sometime and we can talk about it. Okay.
Move on to, I think Adi is first comer. So थोड़ा सा brief दे दो.
I've already spoken a lot, sir, but thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So my name is Adi Sharma and I'm based in Montreal right now. I graduated from NIT in 2014. I did civil engineering, but I didn't continue on that path. I got a job in a management consulting firm and I got into data analytics. I worked there for 1.5 years and continued to work in the same space in India. I was working in India till 2019. Yeah, 2019. And I was working with the company. They promoted me and moved me to Berlin. So I moved to Germany after that. So I was in Germany for 1.5 years. And like almost a year and a half ago, I got married here in Canada. My wife was here. My girlfriend was here at that time. So I married her here. So it was a take that I have to make, that whether I stay in Germany and call her to Germany or I come to Canada. So happy wife, happy life. So That's what I'm sorry for making that joke. It's a very feminist joke, but I'm really sorry. Yeah, but that's a fact of the matter. Yes, happy wife, happy life. So I had to move to
That's
Canada.
good. Always follow that.
Yeah, so I moved to Canada, and I moved to Canada last year in January, and I started looking out for jobs in Canada because I had to leave that job and move here, and I found a job in Montreal. I work with a B2B SaaS company right now. They make solutions around time management and capacity reporting. Um, and I'm working as a manager there in the enterprise data and data science field. I take care of three portfolios with that company, based out of Russia, Ireland, and Canada. Our headquarters are in the US, and I've been working with this company for the last 1 year and 2 months, 1 month. Yeah, so that's been my story in Canada. I'm still trying to settle in here. It was my first winter in Canada, and it was really brutal. So I'm still trying to settle in here, and really glad to see and meet. Actually, few days ago, I was introduced on the WhatsApp channel, and one of the seniors, they saw that I'm from Montreal, and this person has been staying in Montreal for a long while. So he reached out to me personally, saying that if you have any questions, if you need any help, you can reach out to me, and I'll be very happy to help you. He's a real estate agent now, a broker. I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong word, but he works in that area. And we connected on the call, and we have decided to meet next month when things settle down here a little bit better. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to meeting somebody, because when you come from a different country altogether to a new city, a new country, you do not have anybody. And like having some people whom you can connect with, whom you have certain common topics to talk about, I think that's a great gift by this group. So thank you so much, whoever is leading this initiative, whoever is contributing to this initiative. I think it's a great initiative. And I think we as the next generation will continue this legacy with you. We'll at least try to continue this legacy with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving me this. And I got to meet Sachin. Sachin is actually on the call, and I'm seeing him after 2014. So what, 80 years almost.
Yeah, 8 years.
So yeah, like I'm seeing him after 8 years. So I think that's the beauty of these kind of meetings where you get to see. And we were the same wingies, like we were wingies in the hostel, Block B, and my one of my good friends used to stay very close to his room, and we used to meet quite often. It's a
Yeah.
lovely meeting, everybody. Thank you so much for the time. Yeah,
Lovely meeting you, Aditya.
I pass on the mic to you, Sachin.
Okay. Yeah. So yes, I graduated similarly to Aditya in Adi in 2014, mechanical engineering, and then I joined Maruti Suzuki research and development in chassis for 2 years, and then I moved on to Universal Studios and Disneyland, India itself in Chandigarh for 2 years, again in chassis, simulation and design, and then I came here in US in University of Missouri to do my research in additive manufacturing with the world's top researcher in additive manufacturing, Professor Mingliu, and I did a master's thesis here. And after doing the master's thesis, I moved on to Michigan to contribute to building a company which is in ceramics and designing induction coil heating equipment. So basically, I am taking the engineering team of that company here in Michigan, which is in Almont. It's very close to Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to know that actually. We're pretty close, not very far. It's a direct flight, I was checking.
Yep. So, who has left? Harinder, I think it's your turn now.
My turn, 81,
Yes, you
86
can-
batch.
Yes. So you were at the, yes.
Yeah, 80, 81, 86. Joined from Bombay, back in Bombay. That's where I belong to. And I run a software reselling business in India. We've been the oldest partners for Adobe. And currently we're doing Adobe, Macromedia, or Macromedia is now acquired by Adobe. So it's Adobe, Autodesk, Microsoft, Dropbox. We sell all these licenses in India. So that's about my business. 2 kids. One kid is married to another wrecker's son. So 82 batch. So I continue that rec networking across my families. So, and now coming back to something about rec, we have set up this initiative way back in 2009-10. We had gone to the college. वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं हो रहा था एलुमनाई का, जो अभी भी कुछ होना शुरू हुआ है. So we had set up some milestones for the college, and that did not happen. And finally, in 2012-13, RECNITKA was born, and we came up with a website, which is RECNITKA.org, जहाँ पे हमने डेटा कलेक्ट करना शुरू किया है. So people can register there. I think Sachin is there, Adi is there. तो आप लोग वहाँ पे रजिस्टर करो तो आपको पता लगेगा कौन कहाँ पे है, कौन किस बैच में है. You can find a person by his name, by his batch, or by his location. That's how we created that concept. So RECNITKA says, then we moved on to social media, and we created a structure.
This badge,
Yeah.
if I just, what do I type to go to this? Just
It is RECNITKA. It is REC का REC, NIT का NIT, और उसके बाद कुरुक्षेत्र alumni. So RECNITKA.org is the website.
Right.
So
.org.
yeah. तो आप वहाँ पे register कर लो. Once it is approved, once you log into the screen, you get an 3 options basically. Your batchmates. When you click on your batchmates, जो भी आपके बैचमेट रजिस्टर्ड है आपको वहां दिखेंगे, एंड उनका ईमेल और फोन नंबर मिल जाएगा. यू कैन गेट इन टच विद देम. यू कैन फिल्टर पीपल बेस्ड ऑन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बिकॉज देयर वाज अ रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम समबडी के यार वो मैं कनाडा जा रहा हूँ या मैं पूना जा रहा हूँ, वहां पे कौन है. तो मैं बोला लॉग इन करो, सर्च मारो, मिल जाएगा आपको. तो दैट वाज द कॉन्सेप्ट, एंड वी मूव्ड ऑन टू सोशल मीडिया with a similar design, that we have created a global group with the name RECNITKA again, which is a global group, and then everybody from any batch has to be a member of that group, where you connect with people from across the globe. And then we have city-wise and state-wise and country-wise and continent-wise. So I think Adi was there in Europe, so he was part of the Europe group. Then he moved to Canada, उसको हमने उठा के कनाडा में डाल दिया. So that's how the connections keep happening, and put that across to your batches. Tell them to be there. Like 60, I'll give you a story of 66 batch. They created a website, I think Canada में बनी थी, वहाँ पे सबको इकट्ठा किया.
Right.
हर बैच कर रहा था. वैसे 71 ने किया, 77 ने किया,
right.
81 तो कर ही रहा था. तो it was, why should everybody be doing it? So we set this platform up. We have around 2,000, 3,000 people there. प्रॉब्लम अभी यही आती है कि वो एक बार रजिस्टर करके भूल जाते हैं, तो कई बार बोलना पड़ता है यार तेरी शादी हो गई. व्हेन आई सी देम ऑन सोशल मीडिया, सो वी पिंग देम, यार शादी हो गई, अपडेट कर. फिर देखते हैं उसकी प्रोफाइल फोटो में बच्चों की फोटो है, यार बच्चे हो गए, अपडेट करो. क्योंकि हम एक मैट्रिमोनियल साइट भी रन कर रहे हैं. दैट वाज अ रिक्वेस्ट व्हिच केम कि यार एक लड़का चाहिए, बेटी की शादी करनी है. तो एक मैट्रिमोनियल साइट भी व्हाट्सएप पे भी छोटा सा ग्रुप है, बट फेसबुक पे है. वी एडमिट रेकर्ड्स एंड देन दे कम एंड दे. और उसके दौरान मेरा तो उसके पहले ही हो गया था, तो एक और किसी का 2 शादियां हुई हैं उस ग्रुप में. The second one was between 282 batchmates, son and daughters. They got married. He was driving that initiative. तो ऐसे ही चलता है कि आपको कहीं ढूंढना ना पड़े. आपकी family itself is there, and you can always call up a batchmate and find यार ये कैसी family है, जो normally possible नहीं होता है.
मेरे को कई बार ईमेल आती है, आई थिंक इट्स कुरुक्षेत्र की आती है, रजिस्टर्ड योरसेल्फ, व्हिच apparently
That
I
is,
never did.
कॉलेज ने भी शुरू किया है सर, कॉलेज ने भी
कॉलेज से आती
देखा
है।
देखी में शुरू किया है। एक NIT के RA एलुमनी एसोसिएशन है, उस पे भी उन्होंने रजिस्ट्रेशन शुरू की है। उसको देखा रेखी यूनिवर्सिटी ने भी शुरू कर दिया है, तो कुरुक्षेत्र यूनिवर्सिटी के भी एलुमनी वेबसाइट एक्टिव हो गई है, क्योंकि दैट इज आल्सो हेडेड बाय अनदर रेकर ऑफ 82 बैच। तो because we need to know where we are or where our people are, so unless we are connected, it will be very difficult to get them.
Sure, thank you.
That's the story of RECNITKA. तो कर रहे हैं, और उसमें I think 71 बैच के एक सुनील मेहता जी थे, एक 82 बैच के रमनीश कीर थे. We were the people who got this together, but nobody wanted to put their neck inside. तो वो नेक मैंने फिर अपने बैचमेट्स को पकड़ के वो इनिशिएटिव शुरू कर दिया. I have Mr. Dilip Desai also joining in. So welcome, Mr. Dilip Desai. Are you able to hear us, Mr. Desai, sir?
Did you enjoy that night? I did, yeah. I was like, hey, I'm totally. But like a surprise party is like. I was like, all right. So over the years, I've learned, like, you know, do what's best for you, which is fine.
Mr. Desai, can you hear us?
किसी का टीवी चल रहा है, टीवी बंद कर दो.
उन्हीं के चल रहा है सर.
You know, like, you have to like. I've actually wrong one time. What's that?
उनका थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड में साउंड आ रहा है, so we'll get that rectified. So I am done with that, so we'll wait for Mr. Desai to.
Ashok sir, which batch are you? Sorry sir, to cut short. So you introduced about were you marketing the Adobe and the other FES softwares also?
Yeah. I was doing Adobe, Autodesk, Microsoft, and all that.
I see. You are still doing through.
Still, that's my bread and butter.
Okay, I see. That's very nice to know, because we are seeking for inventor softwares in India.
Okay. Kabhi bhi, anything required, just ping me. We have a network.
Sure.
Like we have this alumni network. I am also the founder of a software network of all software dealers, which I had founded in 2007. So any software can be made available.
Sure. So Ashok sir, I wanted to ask you, you were talking about Honeywell, and I worked for Honeywell while I was in Masters. I was working for Honeywell Kansas City National Security Center, working on a project of Department of Energy in association with Honeywell FMT.
See, Kansas City, I think they made control system, I think.
They were working with Honeywell FMT for KCNSC. Kansas City National Security Center.
So उसमें मेरे को वो नहीं है. I'm only in the gas turbine engine side, जो engine बनाते हैं, which is basically Phoenix.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
So Honeywell is huge.
Yes, it's everywhere.
Yeah. So Dilip Desai, you can introduce us.
Yes, I am Dilip Desai here. I am from the 1967 batch. I used to live all the time in Dubai, and since last 1.5 years, I was shifted to US to stay with my children.
Okay. Where in US?
I am right at the moment. I'm in Chicago, Chicago downtown, in the West Loop area. I was in the 67. I passed out in 72 in the civil stream, and then started working in Dubai since 1974.
Okay. Yeah.
Till I got my business connections and the company running in Dubai.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's
Like I have a glass processing unit where we do tempering, double glazing, soundproofing, bulletproofing of the glass. and we have a company for making very exclusive furniture for very high value item display. You know, like on the airport, you will find all the units for perfumes, watches, and very expensive pens. For all the brands like, you know, Ninariki, Guerlain, YSL, so Chanel.
Yeah.
So we are working with this particular brand in Dubai, basically, and the supplying to whole of Gulf, and also sometime to Europe and also to India.
Ah, nice. Yes, that's nice. So you're enjoying Chicago right now?
Well, I'm really not enjoying. My sons, they live in Los Angeles, so we were in Los Angeles all this time. But my daughter, she lives in Chicago, so we are here now for a short time.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, this is a good time to be in Chicago.
Yeah,
Summer is good. Summer is good.
Well,
Yes.
today it started raining now. it was very cold. Very
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. And everyone has been talking about connection, and that reminded me today. In fact, I met one of the record from 71 batch. We had lunch together, and Naveen Chandra and Sunil Vehtaji. He is the one who sent him message with my contact information, and he was visiting Atlanta, and we just met for lunch. So that's like this forum is really helping in getting together. Otherwise, there was no way that we could have been able to meet. But because of this forum, people have been telling each other that, okay, someone is where they are and giving them contacts. So that is really good. Chicago, Dilip sir, I don't know whether there's anyone else in Chicago. There must be. So, but I think there should be some record in Chicago also.
Yeah, there is one. There is, I mean, one of our classmates is here. He's here living in Schaumburg. Well, I have missed his contact, but I've asked one of my friends to give his contact back to me, because 2 years back when I visited Chicago, I had met him here.
Yeah. Okay. So in
Dilip, do you know Sanjeev Gulati in Dubai?
Very well, very well. He was in Dubai. I think he's still in Dubai.
Still in Dubai. I met him 3 years ago when I was there.
I see. Okay.
Because he's also single, right?
Right.
I don't know, Desai Sahab, whether you are part of the one. There is one group of records also operating in Dubai. When I visited 2-3 times.
Yeah. We were part of it. And we were enjoying we used to have a lot of parties there, you know.
Yes,
Dubai,
yes. Very active.
Dubai is the party town.
Yeah. Sanjeev Katyal is
is a conveyor.
Yeah, he's from my batch actually, 75 batch.
I see, and he's also running a travel company there.
Yes.
He's also running a travel company.
Yes. So anybody who wants to visit Dubai and go around, contact Sanjeev Katyal.
Yeah, because many of my classmates from Delhi, I told them to contact Katyal, and they are contacted him, and they are very happy. They're very happy.
Yes.
He's taking extra care for the people who are from the records, you know.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you all of you for coming today, and it's really good to hear each one's story and hear about your things you remember about and all the friends you have been meeting or you want to meet. So if you can move on to the next item in the agenda, and that is basically what we want to do is brainstorming of ideas that what type of initiatives we can start, and these initiatives can be in any of the 3 areas: initiatives for alumni, initiatives for existing students, or initiatives for community. So this is in the first meeting, we had a lot of good discussion about entrepreneurship, that what type of entrepreneur that we should build an environment of entrepreneurship in NIT, and for that, what do we need to do? How do we build the ecosystem for that? So that was one discussion we had in last meeting. And we are going to develop that more. And Sachin, in fact, Sachin has the responsibility to do that. Sachin, yeah. But we would also like to discuss other ideas that you have. So anyone, the forum is open who wants to start.
Yeah. So did you, Shubha ma'am, did you send that Google Doc on email IDs? Or?
Yes, on email ID.
Okay.
Email IDs. Yeah. Okay. So please fill up whatever you can fill up.
Yeah,
and this is a beginning, and this is just the beginning. So don't feel pressed that you don't have the complete final product. Yeah, don't think about that. Just fill up a little bit and we will discuss more and build on that. So what are any other ideas you folks have? Please go ahead.
Mr. Dilip on, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to say I'm coming and going to USA since last say about 35 years. I also had a green card here long back, which I gave it up because of the rules and regulations of the taxation. Now, when it comes to really do something for India and for uplifting and doing something good for our college mates here in USA, there are a lot of avenues. See, I will just tell you something. A son of mine in Los Angeles is the CEO of one company, and he has also bought some shares of the same company. Now they have been importing some CNC machine parts from China since last about 20 years to US, and I was with him and I saw one order of almost about $500,000 he's sending to China. I said, can I see what it is? It was just a small stainless steel part. And I said, how much you are paying for it? He said, each part I'm paying about $8 to $9 delivered to my factory in Los Angeles. I just calculated because I also was having a small machine shop in Dubai. I said, in Dubai, it will not cost me more than $4. I said, and the transportation and duty and things like that, said maximum $6. It will not be only $6 to you landed in your factory. Why are you bringing it from China? But mindset here is that anything that they bring from China is cheaper. Now, I gave him some addresses in India, and X factory price of those items is $3, $3.50 per piece, and he consumes about 50,000 pieces per year. Now I said the mindset here of the people is that anything coming from China is cheaper. Why can't the new boys and they try to explore, go to the big companies, see, I mean, what are the parts they're getting it from outside, and how can they source it at a much more cheaper price from India?
Yes, definitely, sir. That's what we have noticed here, that we Indians, and I'm making a general comment, that we have a lot of Indians have come here. We are doing well in different industries, etc. But we are more on the individual basis. We haven't been able to do like China has done, that able to help grow China. So whatever, I think that is a very good idea that you said that what you have done, that tried to move it to India.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small beginning.
Yeah, so this is a small beginning, but that's how, if everyone does that, that's how it will build up, right? So yeah, that's a very good idea. In fact,
I think it is one of the pivotal ideas. I will very much agree with Dilip Desai, sir, because this is not going to affect us globally in our strategic ties, but also boost confidence for the college guys there.
Exactly. And we also have to move into more of it, more technical atoms than the normal thing, like, bringing some cloth from India, some jewelry from India, some spice from India, which is already going on for a long time. If you move into some more technically oriented line, I think it will have more leverage and more prestige also to the guy who is doing the business, and also to India.
I think there will be a lot of people who like to do that. We just need to be more connected because, as you said, they have this mindset, but only personal connections are a potential for changing that mindset and trying to convince them. There's at least a minimal amount of trust there, which is through our network. So
Desai Sahab, I totally agree with you. The same exercise, actually, before you joined, I have mentioned I am into very high-tech equipments for this evaluation of the highways in India. And the same story was there. I'm a strategic advisor to 3-4 companies in India. So same thing was happening, that China, only 1 or 2 vendors they were talking about. Then I said, but one thing I want to say, the way you have evaluated, you need to be master of your subject. You must know technicality, you must know your commercials. You have said right. One is the X factory price of the equipment or machine, what you part, plus transportation, taxes, and everything you need to learn.
Yeah, of course, you have to evaluate what will be the landed cost in this particular factory. And what is the landed cost versus that?
So from those 2-3 vendors, I have been able to build up now 20 vendors. And in that process, finally, the landed cost has come down by 21%.
Oh my God. So good saving.
Where we are. And China is out in any case.
Yeah. No, people don't want to work with China. See, I've been meeting people, I've been seeing people, and people are, they want to get away from China. But like, I will tell you a very, very simple example here. In Christmas here, the Christmas gift and the Christmas goods which are coming from China is almost about $50 billion. Just imagine in the span of the one month to 2 months, the sales of this particular goods in US is about $50 billion. Now, nobody has thought of concentrating on this particular item, that what are being sold during the Christmas year.
Yeah,
just
right.
concentrating those items. They are not high-tech items. They are not something very this thing. Like, most of the things are made of plastics or the plastic film, which China cannot be cheaper than India. But nobody has thought about it. Okay, work for the Christmas items.
Yes.
But this is how the young generation has to be more focused on what they are doing, what they want to do.
And just one more word for the youngsters actually who are on the group. I would say that, as Shubha has mentioned, try and connect with the people who are operating. And I promise you one thing, all the time you may not just look for advantage, but if you keep connection with your people, sometimes when you are in a business like this, and normally without knowing, if you are dealing with someone, he will deal with you differently. But the moment the issue of REC comes, your equation will totally change.
Exactly.
No matter how what are the rules, regulations of the companies, what are the policies of the company, the whole thing moves in a different way. So try and connect as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, building on this, Sisodia sir and Dilip sir, what do you think? I mean, so we have these one-on type of times when these things you are doing, but how do we build on this? How do we have a system in place where we can make it at a larger volume, means increase the volume or increase the relevant market or anything? How do we build on system? Because there will be few people who are doing this, but how do we make it a system where others who have not doing, but they will know that, okay, this system is in place. So I have a question. I don't want to go to China, but this is someone I can contact. this group, this is where I can call them up and ask them that, you know what, this is what this product can I get from India? What do I need to do for that?
If I'm, yeah, I will. There's a. I think it's a very practical solution, and you may, tell what is the, you can correct me and you can improvise on that. We, as an alumni network worldwide, we can have a collective fund monthly. Everybody has to commit an amount, and we will fund 3 or 4 employees who will do marketing, engineering, and something. And then these 3 or 4 employees will be working on direction of some people among our network, and they will be contacting, have a Google Voice of US and Skype. They have like 40 countries at the exposure. So then they can contact them, and most of the time, out of 10, when I contacted a lot of them for the product, out of 10, 4 people are willing to talk. So then we can go in that direction. And then talking about the manufacturing of the products, initially we can get it built by the local outsourcing. Like some welders are there, some fabricators are there. We will get them fabricated, CNC somewhere, and then we will, export it. So I think, and it needs a DIN registration of this company, which is run by Alumni Association. So over to you all.
Okay, yeah. So welcome. And I know we already started discussing, but if you can introduce yourself, that will be great. I don't know, I see your mic is muted, but if you can briefly introduce yourself.
I think somebody, Ladu ka phone, aiye, sir.
Hey, this is Sarvjit Yadav. I am from 97 batch. I'm from Rohtak, Haryana. And I had this meeting set up at 6 p.m. So probably I missed the most part of it.
You
But
are
that's
in
okay.
Canada,
Next
right?
time.
You are in Canada, Sarvjit?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
You are in Washington.
Oh, Washington,
Yes.
okay, Seattle, okay, yeah.
So you don't have to worry. The link is already there on YouTube, so you can watch it at leisure, whatever you have missed.
Yeah.
So if you could introduce about yourself, what are you doing in Washington?
So I have been in Washington, Seattle, Washington for the last 16 years. And during this time, I worked for Amazon for a few years. I worked for Nike for a few years. And now I am a senior director in a startup company based out of San Francisco. It's called Sticky.io. And what else? What else do I introduce about work?
Family.
Family, I have a wife and 2 daughters, 11 and 8, and we have a dog. That's the one who was barking just a few minutes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so welcome, Sarojit. And like Harinder said, that you can watch the stream and you'll get to know. Majority of information was like everyone have introduced, and we had started after that brainstorming about ideas, that about what type of initiatives we should have. So this is a brainstorming session. So one of the ideas we were discussing just now was that how do we, in fact, Dilip sir and Sisodia sir, they talked about that how do we have some of the manufacturing that is done in China right now, if we can have those things supplied from India, and how is that? What do we need to do to actually make those things happen that people are doing? They gave example. Dilip sir and Sisodia sir gave examples about that how they have done that. But how can we do it at a broader level? And what
right,
system we need
just
to
like
have placed?
just like most of the US market in Amazon, Walmart, all of those are run by mostly Chinese goods, right? Now, it's not that China can produce it cheaper or better. It's just that, forget about the US. I mean, even in India, there are a lot of Chinese goods that come to India, right? How do we produce locally, fulfill those demands locally, and at the same time, how do we look at US as one of the customers and export from India to US, right? If you look at the software industry, I think 30 to 35 to 40% of software products and software engineers are coming from India, right? Similarly, why can't we do the same thing in manufacturing? It's just that this thing has been explored over the years, but there are some nuances there, which includes how Indian government treats the tax liability and export import with US versus how it is being treated in China. But those are bigger factors that are probably outside of our control. What we can think about is what we can do within the same norms, fulfilling those needs from India. I have a friend in Bangladesh, and he has told me many times that, hey, we should start some export from Bangladesh of leather goods and clothes and things like that, that we design them and then export them from Bangladesh. And anyways, majority of products that are sold here are either made in India, made in Bangladesh, made in Indonesia, made in China. Good quality comes from India and Bangladesh, right? Anything which is made in China doesn't go long term. Now, how do we provide that quality as well as at a cheaper price than China is something that we need to think about.
Yeah, so I think we can, what we can do is we can take it as initiative, and people who have knowledge in this area, they can do something that at a record RECNITKA alumni level. What are the things we can do? I mean, this can be a small thing, but to start with, whether we can have some process in place that will help in at least building upon this idea. So I think we can do that. So that is one, that's a good idea. And
Shubha, if you permit, I will just intervene. Actually, Sarvjit has quite well summarized the situation of business in India, how it happens. Mm-hmm. So actually, the comment which I was making, it is in two parts. One way is that how do we manufacturing processes in India, and maybe cost of manufacturing is lower so that your cost becomes competitive. And second is, I think what he was meaning that high-end equipment, as Mr. Desai mentioned, high-end technical equipments which are made mostly in US or Europe, they also have a lot of demand. But because of this Chinese factor of lower cost, and in India, actually, wherever the money is coming from the government budget, people go with the typical tender of L1, the lowest cost. But then if you have right information about the efficacy of the equipments, etc., and the opportunities, then the business can also happen from US to India. This is the point I was saying. So if some people are into this kind of area, that kind of information, particularly in oil and gas and highways sector, anytime we have some discussion, I can help them, or maybe we can have a short group in this group, so that the opportunity is both ways. The high-end equipments, US to India, and some other things from India to US where the cost is low. Those both opportunities are there, both sides.
Yeah.
Say, Now, as you mentioned, the business between US and India, a lot of iron scrap and lead battery scraps are going from here to China and also going to South Korea. Like I had gone to one company in Los Angeles. They are only collecting the lead batteries, the old used lead batteries, and are breaking them in Los Angeles. How it is permitted, I do not know. And they are sending the scrap of say lead, iron, and plastic to South Korea in a big way. The same thing I when I was in Dubai, a lot of the steel pipes, the used pipes used to come from Houston to Dubai, and again it was being shipped to mainly to India only. So this is also, I mean, one of the sectors that somebody can look into it, get the data, if they've got any connections, or they know somebody in this particular field, they can always contact me. I can guide them, because lead recycling is a very, very, very big business.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So,
Yeah. If I may.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sachin.
Yeah. As Sisodia sir pointed out and Sabjit sir said, right now where I'm working, there's a the website called McMastercard. If you all know McMastercard, so most of the things come from People Republic of China, and most of the steel components, PVC components. And while I'm working and I'm preparing the bill of materials, and I'm the one who's choosing where we will get the chillers, we will get the coolers and everything from, the big water systems and everything. So India, we also get a lot of things from India. We do get a lot of things from India, and it's preferred by a US owned company. So I will say, and so as Dilip sir and Sisudia sir pointed out, with Sabjit points, we have to focus on one of those. But I will request you to give inputs on, like, how do you want to proceed with this? If you want to make it an actionable item as a community, not on a personal level, but as action item for alumni's initiative. On the personal level, as everybody is indicated and put forward their professional proposals, we will get in touch. But on a alumni level, what we want to do for our community, what the actionable thing which I put forward is that we will have engineers hired or the sales and marketing people hired, and we will support them as a pledge for 5 years at least, that we all will contribute this much around the world per month. And please guide us, seniors, on this.
Hey, you young people have to get together and try to sort it out, because the people like us, we are on the fag end of our life, like at 73, 74, we will not have any interest left except to guide the young generation now.
Yes.
Right, so that our support will be always there in whatever the form that you people want it. But at the same time, unless the initiative is not taken by the young people like you, the thing will not move further.
Sachin, yeah, but you have listed something, which can really move forward. Otherwise, what happens? This kind of discussions, they look very good to discuss, and everybody feels happy about it. But when it comes to getting some result, for that you have actually just given an idea on this. Actually, maybe few more youngsters, if they join, have brainstorming, whatever you want to do. Ultimately, somewhere the financial implication will be there, and how do we make it financially effective? That will be something which we'll have to decide. So two things I want to say, that empowering all of you with knowledge and information. When I say knowledge, I am talking about technical information, expertise in the areas. Those areas are available to you. And now in those areas, what are our connections? What are the opportunities? That evaluation you people have to do. I will not like to misguide. Suppose you are investing $1,000 per person, and it is say $5,000, $10,000. You must have on long-term basis a return more than $10,000. Then only it will make some sense of doing something.
Exactly. I agree with you.
So, and actually now I'm little sidetracking the issue. One important issue will be, and please take my call, this number kindly increase. More number of people, more will be the effectiveness of these discussions to get some result on ground. So, like, you know, maybe what Harinder mentioned, that now this Canada group, you, I think, include in this one. So number of people will be more. So when you discuss the number of opportunities that are available also will be there. And then those areas will emerge, that in which area you need the technical assistance or which area you need some expertise. These will be two things. Generally, actually, Desai Saab has actually done very well. Engineers end up only doing engineering. So please don't do that. Connect engineering with business. There is no point in doing some engineering which does not make money at the end of it.
At the end of the day, everything has to be translated into money.
So try and see from, that's why, you know, even in your careers, if you like, Shubha also has moved into industrial banking and things like that. So, but then I will say that once we have these ideas and then we discuss, I'm pretty sure that some strategies will emerge, and maybe, you know, 5 options. Out of 5 options, whichever one gives us more value for our money, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can choose and decide and move forward. So on part of the information and expertise and the opportunities available, both say US, Canada or Europe to India and India to these countries. And I tell you one thing, I have dealt with, here there is nothing great about Europe or US if you know your subject. I am telling you, the Europe guys were quoting double the price, and they have not been able to submit the proposal in 4 months to meet the specifications.
Yeah, I have experienced that working with them.
Yeah.
So you have worked the hard way of leaving your country all the way to US. You have a lot of potential. So our duty is to how to make that potential shine, or get some result, get some name, or get what you want. So that much I can assure you. And my area is oil and gas and the highways. So in this sector, and of course, marketing and finance, ultimately, this has been my bottom line. There is no point in talking or doing any business which does not make money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sisodia sir rightly said. So I know that we are already reaching the time that we have allocated. So what we discussed today, that last time we discussed about entrepreneurship, and this time we discussed about how do we make sure that the market, the requirement needs that are in US and Europe, etc. So India is how do we, instead of channeling to countries like China, India, how do we get things manufacturing in India? So this is a very broad topic, and we can do a lot of discussion, as Sodia sir said, but we have to start somewhere. So iske baad mein, again I will send that Google Doc for ideas ke liye. So please write down your ideas wahan pe ki what do you think iski kya karna chahiye, and we will build on that. We'll look at all the ideas, see that who are the people who should build on those things, or uske baad what should be the next step, action item kya lene chahiye. But please fill up that document, because as Siswadia sir said that otherwise हमारा discussion होता है उसके बाद में फिर कुछ नहीं होता. So we have to put those ideas in writing so that we can build on that. So that is what, yeah. And so with that, I think we are already reached. So
I have one more point. Yeah. So with this, we will be populating that idea, that I will also be sharing on Facebook, so that other people also list their ideas who are in my, so from the NIT and whoever in US and Canada. I will also request that we make this, actually Adi was here and then we were already in 60 minutes in introduction. So let's make a very specific routine for this. We do our introduction and in the mahfil and reunions and everything. I will request from that we introduce in our like 2 lines and proceed to the meeting for all of us.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think this, as we grow and have more meetings, we'll have more structure and discipline in place, which at this point we don't. It's also the enthusiasm of meeting others. So we get carried away because of that. We get carried away with that. Yes.
People are finding themselves so after so many days.
Yeah.
For the objectivity of that, I'm saying, obviously they are finding after so many years each other.
Yeah. So
one thing I would say is, what are we trying to achieve from these meetings? Do we have the goals in place?
Yeah, so the goals was that we wanted to have alumni get together and think about what type of initiatives we should start. So in fact, we want to have more initiative, brainstorming of more types of initiatives. We went into one direction this time, discussing about one idea, but we want to have more different types of initiatives for alumni, what we can do, for students, what we can do, and for community, what we can do. So
right. So what I would suggest is, for these meetings, and to increase participation from other members of the Alumni Association, we should have a defined agenda on what are we going to talk about, because everyone has a different agenda, everyone has different way of thinking, and they would be working on different things, right? I've been thinking about starting an NGO to help support kids in India to do something. If I don't know the agenda, and if I don't know who can support me with that, I may not be too much inclined into an open discussion.
Yeah, you're right. And Sarabjit, so what we want to do at this point, because of the brainstorming, so all the idea, so please we will circulate and a Google Doc after that. So please write down on that what you have in mind, because that will be a discussion. Then we will discuss those things.
Yes.
And this is just a brainstorming we are having. So all types of ideas we want to gather. So fill up what your thought process about the NGO for children, what you think on that, and then we will look at all the ideas and see that who is interested in what and how to build on that. So, and
Shubha, I'll just make one point. What Sarabjit has mentioned is very right. 2 things he said. One is, how do we increase the number of the participants? And second is that there should be very specific agenda on which the discussion takes place. So my suggestion will be that at least in this meeting, the number 7, what we have today, we can decide at least this much number is there in the next meeting, so that, all of us make effort to increase the number. That becomes a very specific, because more the number, more will be the opportunities for the ideas as well as the implementation.
Yes, so we are going to have the next meeting next Sunday morning, which is the date will be next Sunday morning is 7. Is it 7?
9th of May.
9th of May. Okay, yeah.
It's a Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think
so all I'm saying is, there are 350 plus alumni who graduate from REC every year, right?
Yeah.
At least.
And if we are building a community around ideas and what everyone wants to achieve in their life, it may be profit or non-profit, that's okay, but can we connect these people together across all these years, right? From 1960, I think 69 was the first batch, and then after that
65 was the
had
first batch.
Yeah.
65 was
65.
the first. I'm
Okay.
from the 67 batch.
Okay.
I am from
Okay.
the 67 batch.
We have got
Yeah.
no
Right.
inputs from Vijay sir.
तो 65 से अब तक हमारे पास कम से कम भी 60 बैच आ चुके हैं, 60 या 50 हैं, 50 बैच आ चुके हैं, 50 बैच इनटू 300 एवरेज, ठीक है?
300
तो हमारे पास
टाइम
1,50,000
300 हमारे टाइम पे थे, अभी 800
मेरे
निकल
टाइम में
रहे
भी
हैं।
मेरे टाइम में
अभी
भी
800 निकल रहे हैं।
325 थे। हाँ, अभी 800 निकल रहे हैं, राइट? बट
उसमें average 500
है,
average 500 you can take it now.
राइट? तो अगर 500 बंदे हर महीने हर साल निकल रहे हैं हमारे कॉलेज से, then I would expect के भी एटलीस्ट 50-100 बंदों का एक ग्रुप हो जो आए, उसमें हर एक बंदे की अलग माइंडसेट होता है, हर एक बंदा अपने हिसाब से बिजी होता है अपने डे टू डे लाइफ के अंदर। बट हाउ डू वी मेक दिस प्लेटफॉर्म so that it's productive, it's talking about ideas, at the same time how are we supporting people, right? जैसे अगर मैं बोलूं कि भाई मुझे मेरे को अपनी ये स्टार्टअप जो मैं जिसमें काम कर रहा हूँ, मुझे 10 बंदे हायर करने, who can support that, है? हमारे कुछ दोस्तों की कंसल्टिंग कंपनी होंगी, वो वेंडर होंगे, वो ऑलरेडी वो चीज रन कर रहे हैं। हाउ डू आई गेट हेल्प टू हायर पीपल इन माय कंपनी, ठीक है? उसमें ये तो मैं हाई टेक की बात कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, अपने सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग की। उसके अलावा कुछ लोग होंगे कि हु वांट टू स्टार्ट समथिंग बट दे आर नॉट गेटिंग देयर सपोर्ट, है? वो पर्सनल, वो भी कि आज तक नहीं किया, आगे कैसे करेंगे? बट हाउ डू वी मेक दिस प्लेटफॉर्म सच दैट कि भाई अपने आरईसी का बंदा है, उस बंदे से हम बात करेंगे तो एक वो ट्रस्ट फैक्टर तो ऑलरेडी बन जाता है, ठीक है? आरईसी का है ट्रस्ट बन गया। वो डजंट मैटर कौन से बैच से, ठीक है? लेकिन अगर हम इस व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में वो रिकॉर्ड में डालें, वो आइडिया भी डालें, हैं, उनको बोलने के भी हम सबको एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करना है, whatever idea you have, whatever initiative you have, will support you. अब उसमें अब 500 multiplied by 50, 2,50,000 लोग, 2,50,000 में एटलीस्ट 1% ऐसे होंगे who like that idea and want to be part of that.
Yeah.
ठीक है? जैसे मैं अभी सोच रहा हूँ, मैं नो फूड खोलता हूँ, उसमें मैं XYZ काम करूंगा, है? उसके लिए मुझे ये करना पड़ेगा, बट किससे कनेक्ट करूं, किससे बात करूं, कौन है जो उस चीज के अंदर मेरी सपोर्ट करेंगे? ठीक है?
पॉइंट एक चीज मैं बताना चाहूंगा तुम्हारे को।
हाँ जी।
नॉर्मली जो हमारा मोटो है रेकनिटका का इज it is basically an alumni group made by the alumni for the alumni and it is of the alumni. हमने आज तक क्या किया है थोड़ा सा फटाफट बता देता हूँ कि it is to take care of families in distress. There is no place that अगर हम कॉलेज की तरफ जाएं कि यार किसी को कुछ हेल्प चाहिए, कॉलेज नहीं कर पाता है। तो हमने एज रेकनिटका वी हैव टेकन केयर ऑफ फैमिलीज, children's education. We have taken care of some legal issues of people, of some wives who had some problems. Then we are taking care of, अभी एक सुहाग था 80 बैच का, He expired, his wife had expired earlier. The kids' education we are taking care of. We are collecting the fund and taking care of. और वैसे ही हमने अभी एक और रिक्वेस्ट आई है कि वो अपने बिजनेस में कुछ फंडिंग चाहिए उनको to take care of promoting Indian culture overseas. So we are giving them a platform to raise the funds and use it for that activity. We have built school toilets for girls. There is another initiative that 81 batch had done. So we have that platform. You come with a project, we will give you that platform to use that. Currently, we are working on a project of taking care of insurance of all the alumni, group insurance. तो आपको थोड़ा सा एडिशनल प्रीमियम देने के बाद आप अपना लिमिट बढ़ा सकते हो एग्जिस्टिंग इंश्योरेंस की. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज जो आई हैं ओवर द लास्ट 3-4 years. वी आर देयर, वी ड्राइविंग दैट. तो आइडियाज आएंगे तो हम उसको एग्जीक्यूट करके, प्लेटफॉर्म है उसमें जो आइडिया लेके आएगा वो उसको मैनेज करके चलाएगा.
तो सर उसी प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में वी शुड एडवर्टाइज मोर ऑन आवर ग्रुप के उस प्लेटफॉर्म में कैसे पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है, गॉट योर पॉइंट. वो कर रहे हैं बिकॉज़ वो अभी जो भी कर रहे हैं हम एक्टिविटी, वो एक रेकनिटका का ग्रुप है, ग्लोबल ग्रुप है, उसमें हम शेयर करते हैं. जैसे उसके केस में, सुहाग के केस में, वी कुड रेज अराउंड 4 lakh of rupees within a month. And for last 2 years we're taking care of the kids education. अभी उसका सेकंड राउंड हम रेज करेंगे अगले महीने से. तो उनके बाकी के 2 टर्म we are taking care of.
So those are the kind of things we should focus more.
Yeah.
Okay, we are not only doing all these things, but we are also advertising that.
So Harinderji, what he's saying
community.
All these points, like in a bullet form or something, maybe 8-10 points, what is the ultimate objective? तो अगर ये US Canada वाले ग्रुप में सर्कुलेट हो जाए in brief, तो क्या होगा कि more and more people will connect, and what Sarvajit is saying, people will know कि होने वाला क्या है. तो क्या है, the interest will increase and we will have more number of people on this platform, and then things will start getting multiplied. That's right. How.
So just think about it. I would donate. देखो, I would donate for a cause, for a NIT graduate, when I know there is someone else who's looking after me. Or looking after me may it doesn't have to be the same person for my batch. Okay. It can be anyone. Right?
Very right.
But if someone comes back and says, "Oh, I'm from 92 batch, I am having this financial problem, can you help me?" तो उसमें legitimacy भी है, वो कई चीजें हैं, वो figure out करनी पड़ेंगी, हैं? लेकिन there are people who are willing to help. There are people who are willing to support.
Got it. I'll give you a very simple example. What happened was, we don't give it to the families, we give it directly to the school. जैसे सुहाग के केस में the funds were collected, they were not sent, but there were some alumni who went out of the way and they reached out to the families for support. But whatever comes to us goes directly to the school, college, or the institution, because we are a Section 8 company. For charity only we are there, or basically Companies Act के अंडर बनी है, तो we have certain restrictions for which we have applied to the RBI for getting approvals for getting money in dollars. Currently we can't do, so we have to use local fund transfer options. तो हम लोग वो प्रोसेस कर रहे हैं. जैसे 71 बैच का रियूनियन हुआ था, we help them raise the money and they give it to the college. तो वैसी सारी एक्टिविटीज हम करते हैं. That is under our charter. Only that getting dollars into India is a concern for which we are trying to apply and get an approval. And they're very stringent in India for getting dollars. How do you use it? So we have received certain approvals also. उसको हमको there are norms है, PAN details होनी चाहिए, कौन दे रहा है, कितना दे रहा है. तो वो सारी एक्सरसाइज हम कर रहे हैं. बट वो करने के लिए एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जैसे बताया बनेगा as and when we have sufficient people showing interest to get this pushed.
Sorry,
If
I'm in a full leave.
Okay.
hello, if you get that approved, please, you will have sufficient funds.
I know that.
Thank you.
So we're working on that, but RBI is very strict, sir, giving it. Currently, they have, in fact, terminated quite a few of the trust funds because they were misused. So we are taking care. Our application is underway, so we should hear something soon.
Okay.
नहीं,
Okay, so-
उसमें जो है मिसयूज भी होगा, सब कुछ होगा, but ultimately even if we are able to give 60% of those funds to the needy, it's still an achievement.
नहीं,
40% मिसयूज होगा, वो हर जगह होता है, ठीक है, you cannot avoid that. बट अगर 60% भी यूज कर पा रहे हैं, अब जैसे मेरे लिए 100, 200, 300 डॉलर डोनेट करना एक चीज में, इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील है। मैं सोचूंगा कि चलो महीने में सैलरी $300 कम आई, मैं डोनेट करने के लिए विलिंग हूँ, है। बट अगर हम सब लोग मिलके वो एक फंड तैयार करें जिसके अंदर उसका सो मोटो होगा कि आरईसी से जो भी बंदे निकल रहे हैं, उनको अगर कोई दिक्कत आती है, दे रीच आउट टू अस एंड वी हेल्प देम, है ना। और उसमें एज, क्रीड, जेंडर, रिलीजन डजंट मैटर, किसी को भी जरूरत है। अभी हमारे ग्रुप में एक हमारे बैच से 1997 बैच से there was one guy Apong Longachari, so he was diagnosed with,
yeah, I'm aware of that.
he was diagnosed with cancer, है, तो उसकी जॉब भी चली गई पिछले 2 साल में, and he was really struggling, है। तो हमारे 97 बैच के बंदे they came back and said okay, let's figure out that, and we donated, किसी ने $10 दिए, किसी ने 20 दिए, किसी ने 50 दिए, 100 दिए, किसी ने 1000 दिए, just to help his family, because this is not a platform के भी हम जनरिक यूक्रेन में वार चल रहा था, यूक्रेन के बंदों को देंगे, this is a platform for REC alumni, है। So let's just focus on that, कि REC alumni का फोकस है, उसमें ही फोकस करते हैं, ठीक है। उसमें किसी को जरूरत है उसमें देंगे, अगर उसमें 30-40% कोई बंदे फ्रॉड वाले आते भी हैं, दैट्स ओके,
वो झेल चुके
हैं,
वो झेल चुके हैं एक बार। we had come across a similar situation, but then we found a way out.
He's making a very practical,
खाते में जाएगा, कहीं नहीं जाएगा, तो वो हम कंट्रोल कर लेते हैं।
बट बट प्रैक्टिकल सजेशन है, जैसे हम बजट बनाते हैं तो 10% कंटिजेंसी रखते हैं, ऑल राइट, इफ वी डू 100, 10-15 हियर एंड देयर डजंट मैटर, बट दैट शुड नॉट स्टॉप आवर अप्रोच टू बिल्डिंग अप समथिंग फॉर द एलुमनी, दैट्स द आइडिया, एंड आई अप्रिशिएट, ही इज वेरी प्रैक्टिकल।
Yeah, got it.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah. So I think we are about to close. Before that, Vijay Chaudhary, if you want to say something. Vijay.
Camera भी बंद है.
Vijay का camera बंद है. Okay, mic बंद है. Okay. So next meeting हमारी next Sunday को है. I think it's May 8th, Sunday morning को है. So we'll send the उसका link and उसका invitation. So please attend.
What time is the meeting? What time is the meeting on Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, the meeting is 1 minute. Let me check. It's 12 Eastern time, 12 noon Eastern, so 9 Pacific time, 9 a.m. Pacific time.
थोड़ा मेरे लिए दिक्कत होगी क्योंकि मैं यहाँ सिएटल में ना गुरुकुल है, वहाँ पे हिंदी पढ़ाता हूँ।
Okay.
तो मैं 10 बजे से लेके 9:45 से लेके and until 12:15 I do that volunteering, इसमें हिंदी पढ़ाता हूँ।
तो मेरे को एक छोटा सा एक चिट्ठा लिख के दे, करता क्या तू? I'd like to promote this in my groups basically. पता तो लगे कि there are people who are doing this.
हाँ नहीं, मैं पिछले 3 साल से हिंदी पढ़ा रहा हूँ यहाँ सिएटल में, हिंदी क्लास लेता हूँ जिसमें मैं भाई हिंदी लिखना कैसे है और उसमें in Seattle area we have about 1600 students जो कि हर संडे अटेंड करते हैं वो मीटिंग, ठीक है। वो ऑनलाइन पहले थी, फिजिकल क्लास थी, हम एक स्कूल में जाके वहां पढ़ाया करते, अभी 2 साल से वो सब ऑनलाइन है, ठीक है। बट वो 3 घंटे की क्लास होती है जिसमें आई एम स्पेंडिंग दो 3 आवर्स जस्ट डूइंग दैट।
ठीक है,
तो मैं 9 बजे अटेंड कर सकता हूँ। हाँ जी,
नहीं कर ले, मैसेज मैं करता हूँ, मेरे को थोड़ा सा चिट्ठा दे दे अपना।
Arinder, मेरा एक सजेशन है, what about this time, like 5 here for you also is little like Saturday, if it is say 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern, how will it be Saturday?
सर
I think that will
कर सकते हैं सर। हमने एक सर्वे किया था जिसमें हमने लोगों को पूछा था कि भाई सैटरडे संडे, तो वो 4 सीरीज चल रहे हैं। 30% said that we wanted on a Saturday morning, which happened last time. The next average, there were around 22 people who confirmed for today. तो वो 8 लोग आए हैं, तो वैसे वो हम चारों सीरीज खत्म करके we know what is the peaceful time, and then that will be our regular going forward. So this is just a gathering exercise that we have planned.
Okay, thank you all for coming.
Which Sunday? The coming Sunday or Sunday the Mother's Day?
Coming Sunday.
Coming Sunday. All right. Go ahead and send the invite. We will see. Thank you. I just got in. I was in the last meeting, so I just got in just to see how many people were there. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you all for coming. And Salman, you have any last words?
Fine. We'll shoot out a mail, the entire recording. We know who was there, so the mail will go to all those so that they know that they are in that group like we had done last time. These लोगों को एक mail डाल के हमने shoot किया था so that you get to connect because there were questions. So in this meeting, whoever was there, we'll shoot out one mail, and the next meeting mail will go as a general. And अपना WhatsApp group जो है US का, it is already published there, so nothing to worry about.
और इस मीटिंग में जो लोग आए उनको they will also receive a link to the Google Docs. So please fill up your idea जो आपको है वहाँ पे कि क्या करना चाहते हैं और whatever comes to mind, so that we have that written in one place. So afterwards we can evaluate, excuse me, and decide on the action item or groups form कर सकते हैं उन चीजों के लिए. Because we have discussed all these things here, but unless we have it in written format in one place, it will be difficult to actually decide next action plan for that. So we'll circulate that Google Doc link. So please fill up your ideas for that. What type of initiative you would like to see for that. Okay, thank you all, and good night. Good morning again.
Good morning.
And good night to everyone else. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, bye.